All right, back Mercy Sports Talk, back with the season preview. Detroit Lions Week 3 opponent. We did the first 2 weeks, Arizona and San Diego. Check the archives. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. And today we talk about our Week 3 opponent. I remember it used to be Veterans. I think it was the Vet back in the day. Veteran Field, nice like Lincoln Financial. Been like that for 10, 15 years now, probably even longer. And it's the Eagles from Philadelphia, man. On paper, they look like the juggernaut, or a more, relevant comic book theme would probably be they Thanos on paper. Seem like they got the super team, and they usually don't always work out. But yeah, they probably marking their calendar like, oh, that's a dub. The Lions coming in, the Kitty Cats coming in. We gonna beat them. If my memory serves me correctly, last time I remember playing the Eagles in Philadelphia was the snow game where Shady McCoy just put his snow tires on. I could be wrong. He went ham. And our kick returner, we got him from Green Bay or somewhere. He kept us in the game. We just kept fumbling the ball. Joyke Bill, I think, fumbled the ball multiple times. I think Reggie Bush might have turned it over as well in the snow, and it just didn't go well. I remember pulling my hair out watching that game, but they drafted Sharif Miller in the 138th pick in the draft, so they didn't have a high pick. Offensive tackle, went in the back. First round, they took offensive tackle Andre Dillard. Also picked up Sharif Miller. It's kind of not going in sequence what I'm looking at. They picked Miles Sanders as well with the 53rd pick out of Penn State. I'm going to talk about him in a minute. So they picked a few guys in the draft. They traded for a 5th round draft pick. I know they traded us a 3rd round draft pick for Golden Tate, who's no longer with them. They traded Michael Bennett to the Patriots for a 5th round draft choice. They signed Jason Peters for 1 more year. He getting older. They acquired Jordan Howard as well. Big pickup, Malik Jackson from Jacksonville, playing next to Fletcher Cox. That's huge. They're going to be a problem in front if they're healthy. They brought back Deshaun Jackson from Tampa Bay for a 7th round pick. I know they didn't want to let him go. Shout out to Detroit native Brandon Graham, who got a 3-year contract extension. And also they got a 1-year contract extension with Jason Kelce, their center. There's Travis Kelce, brother, if I'm not mistaken. And, this definitely going to be an uphill battle going to Philly. I think we go there September 22nd, so it won't be cold or snowing or nothing like that. So should be a nice, beautiful day unless it rains. Alshon Jeffries, we know him from the black and blue division with Chicago Bears a lot, man. Deshaun Jackson is their 2nd listed receiver on their depth chart so far. And then they slot is Nelson Aguilar. I think he from UFC. He explosive. Him and Deshaun Jackson. If Jackson still got, they should be an explosive duo. Solid offensive line, man. Real Lane Johnson. Jason Peters used to be one of the best in the business. I think they preparing for him to get out of there if I'm not mistaken, because they just picked up Andre Dillard in the draft. So, and also Zach Ertz, he can be a real problem for us in that potential game. We have over the last few years, he had problems guarding the tight end, and Jordan Howard we know him from the black and blue division with the Bears as well. But I also heard that Miles Sanders is making a ton of noise in training camp out of Penn State. He was supposed to be like Saquon Barkley, heir apparent. In Penn State, I guess it didn't work out, but I heard he looking really, really well in camp. Really talented back. That's somebody we got to keep our eye on. He could be a game changer as well. And they brought Darren Sproles back as well, 2 for 1 years. But Carson Wentz is the guy. They gave him record money. He's been injured since he was at North Dakota State. Real fragile quarterback. Don't seem like he put no muscle on in the offseason. He need to be trying to yoke up his body a little bit. But, hey, that ain't my concern. He ain't my quarterback. But it wouldn't surprise me if he get hurt before the game or during the game. He's just so fragile. But one thing about him, he got a lot of pressure this year with Nick Foles moving on, no longer that safety net. I think they put a ton more pressure on him, giving him an extension like we believe in him. And it might be false confidence, not because he don't have the ability. He's the most talented quarterback in the NFC East. It's just the fact that he always injured going back to college. And it was some talk that he ain't no rumor. He ain't no leader, There's rumors about that he just like to force the ball into Zach Ertz. Tell me where you heard that before. Tony Romo, Jason Witten. He like to force it to Zach Ertz a lot, and he target him a lot. And he had weapons before he got there, but now he got more weapons with, Miles Sanders coming in, and Deshaun Jackson coming back. Nelson Aguilar truly being able to play the slot. Alshon Jeffries, he did drop that ball in the playoff game as well. But you know what? Offensively, they look impressive, but not as impressive as they do on defense. Derek Barnett, they drafted him out of Tennessee a couple years ago. They still got Timmy Jernigan. Well, I think they didn't draft Timmy Jernigan, I don't think, but they got Fletcher Cox and Malik Jackson in the middle. That's going to be tough. Brandon Graham on the outside. Shout out to my Detroit boy. He a problem. Michigan man, too. They brought in Zach Brown at linebacker. He can run a little bit. And their linebacker, they got Nigel Branham. They got a lot of athletes in their linebacker core with Zach Brown and Nigel Branham. But Zach Brown I don't really see him as a starting linebacker type. So it may be some weaknesses in the linebacker core. And I don't notice the Cam Hill guy. I just don't notice him. But Jalen Mims, corner, he on the physically unable to perform list right now. Rodney McLeod, Malcolm Jenkins, his old ass still back there, still balling. Players Coalition. Ronald Darby, he was injured. I don't know if he's healthy now. And Sidney Jones, a cornerback out of Washington, they got. I forgot about him. Was he injured or something? They got Orlando Scandrick. But, you know, for the weakness of the Eagles is looking to be in the back end. But they're not that weak. They just so strong up front that they're going to be a problem, man, if they can stay healthy. But that's if they can stay healthy, man. But just looking at this team for the Lions, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle. No pressure on us going into this game. Nobody had expectations for us to win this game around the league. But last year, Carson Wentz, you know, with Nick Foles, they got off to a slow start. And Carson Wentz never really found his swag or his groove last year. Dealing with a back injury, they got a lot of expectations. They got Super Bowl expectations on them, you know. And with Nick Foles gone. So it's an opportunity for the Lions to win this game. Malik Jackson didn't perform that up to his contract in Jacksonville. Once he got his money, like a lazy lineman, he fell off. But looking at this team, how should the Lions attack them from an offensive standpoint? Galladay Jones and TJ Hawkinson. I would try to attack their tight ends and safeties, get those matchups on the tight ends and linebackers and safeties and let my receivers work outside. Can't give up on the run game, but it's going to be tough to run on them hogs up front. But Brandon Graham ain't the biggest defensive end, and I might run at him. But it's going to be tough sledding running up the middle, but it can be done. We just got to be a physical football team. And defensively, I would bracket Zach Ertz, you know what I'm saying, and pray on the outside. With Deshaun Jackson, if he ain't going deep, he really ain't a threat. He can do some things in the short game, and Aguilar is a good receiver. It's a challenge, man. It's a challenging game. I don't think it's an unwinnable game, but it's a game that they'll be heavily favored as long as Carson Wentz is healthy and they do well in weeks 1 and 2. But they're a difficult team, man. You know, they built tough, and one guy to watch out for is going to be Miles Sanders, man. Don't be surprised if he don't take over in that backfield. And if offensively, you know, Carson Wentz just, you know, with his legs, and Zach Ertz controlling the middle of the field, and then Aguilar and Deshaun Jackson and controlling the deep half of the field, and Alshon and Zach working underneath. They're tough. This gonna be tough sled with Philly, man. As long as Carson Wentz healthy, they got Super Bowl aspirations, man. So this would be a great barometer for us as a team, man. But they scary. They scary. I will say that on paper, but championships ain't run on paper, man. But it'd be a game to watch. It'd be a game with most, you know, fans watching it from the outside looking in. Most fans gonna be like, hey, man, you know, we probably gonna lose this game, or Lions, they got a chance from outside looking in. But the NFL seen stranger things. Remember when Buffalo got popped early in the season and they went to Minnesota and they defeated them? So, but you know what? On the outside looking in, I don't have any ill will or malice towards the Eagles. They look good on paper, man. They really do, man. They can be a handful for the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys got a really good team as well, as long as Zeke Elliott come back. But they got that's gonna be some battles. You know, we gonna battle. You know, that's what we do best. But hey, let me know what you guys think. I like what Philly done, but we in the beginning of the training camp. It can happen injury wise, and for both sides. And Carson Wentz is just so fragile, man. He's very, very fragile. He like a baby. He like the baby Wentz. You know, he needs some milk. You know, they need to get him a protein shake or something. That motherfucker ain't got no muscle on his body. But hey, Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Share the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Want to make a donation? Share the videos. Let me know what you guys think of the Philadelphia Eagle Week 3 game. One time for the One Time RC Sports Talk. We gone.